Hiya. It's episode 15. Episode 15 of Sheffield Eagles Memories. This one, Big Kev. Big Kev. The supporter with the biggest heart of gold. He bled Sheffield Eagles. He did everything he could for being Sheffield, and he did it so well. The memories of Big Kev, who is no longer with us, unfortunately. Kev passed away a few years ago. But Kev was always on the bus. He was organising people on the bus. He was telling people that you shan't be doing this, and tried to run it a real good way. His heart was always there. But if you don't know who Big Kev was, if you want to watch the old videos of the Sheffield Eagles at Don Valley in the 90s, more than likely, if you watch the Eagles coming out, you would see this ginormous guy with the reflective jacket on, shirt and tie, black hair and a beard. And that's Kev. Every time. And he got involved in some real little bird tussles because there used to be people trying to fight each other. And he used to get in the middle of them and say, no, like that. No. And I'm like, hold on a minute, you can't get in the middle of two wrestling rugby league players. But he used to, and he used to really set it on fire. So Big Kev was great. I mean, I first met Kev, I think it was in the early 90s, when he decided that he was going to be a Sheffield Eagles fan. And he just said, what do you need? What do you need? He came down to the academy games. He came down to the alliance. He came down to the first team. He wanted to help in any way he could. He wanted to help. And he volunteered to do the things. He volunteered to watch over the players' tunnel. Nobody would get past him. You just looked at him and gone, bloody hell, he's huge. Kev was always there. Away games, he was always taking the stuff into the thing, always helping the kit man. He helped me a few times, helped me more than a few times. Kev, I'll always remember that. Always helped me carry the stuff in and things. And he was an amazing lad, and always had a great time. There was things about him that he just screamed. I mean, all the says, "Oh God, here he is again," but you couldn't help but like him. You really couldn't. He just bled Sheffield Eagles. He was an absolute mega star. A lot of people miss him. I always often wonder what he'd think of the club now if he was still here. Would he still be involved? Would he still be doing the things that he used to do with the new stadium? And what would he build? I mean, the most of the time I saw him was on the coach the away games. He used to be the person who used to say, right, this is what we're doing. And remember one day he decided that, right, we weren't going to drink alcohol anymore. There was no alcohol going to be allowed on the coach, which happens to manage to angry about half the coach people, because half of us on the coach always used to like a drink. I mean, we was never hammered. We was never going to get crazy. But he says, no, we're having no alcohol on the bus. And it was his decision. And we just went mental. And so a lot of people stopped going on the buses, which caused a bit of a split, because they just said, oh no, we're going to go on his own way. We're going to do it our way. And that was that. But the thing that did me is, I remember saying to him, I said, why are you doing this? He says, oh, no, we've got to do it. It's from the club. And when I asked the club, he says, oh, it's nothing to do with us. It was Kev. It was Kev that trying to run this track ship and make it look that he could get families involved and everything. And he said, oh, alcohol appearance wasn't very nice. That was his thing. But I just said to him, I says, look, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So the cup run in 98, he was there every step of the way. Did everything he could. Very proud to have that Challenge Cup in his hands. He did always seemed to be around. I mean, in the early days of Don Valley Stadium, you needed someone to watch the tunnel. You needed someone to watch the players' tunnel. And Kev did it every single time. He did it from start to finish. From the moment they was at, from 2 o'clock till at least 5, 6, he was there all the time, watching that tunnel. Looking after the ball boys, making sure everything was okay and everything about him. And always used to pop down to these offices during the week to see if there was anything he could do. Any balls when they're pumping up, if any advertising boards when they're putting around the stadium. He'd do anything. He would do anything. He said Sheffield Eagles. He was very he always wore the club tie. He always looked very smart on these days, and it very much missed his Kev by me. Always talked about Eagles. We always had a great time. We went to Cardiff, and We was going to Cardiff because Sheffield Eagles had a game and it was at the Cardiff Arms Park, which wasn't the Millennium Stadium. It was before that, but it was the home of Cardiff Rugby. And we were playing St Helens in the first year of Super League and '96, and we went to when it was only £1 because we had to give up an home game because we didn't have Dunvalley Stadium. We took it to Cardiff, and so we're all on the coaches going down, and we hit Wales, and he goes to me, he goes, "Hey Dean, look, a sheep," and I went, "No kidding." I said, "But we are in Wales." He goes, "But I've never seen a sheep before." I went, "You're from Sheffield and you've never seen a sheep before?" He went, "No." So I says, "Well, how do you know that's a sheep?" He goes, "Well, I've seen pictures." He just didn't have a clue. And just when he went to Wales and all these, he goes, "These people talk funny." I went, "It's Wales, mate. Don't worry about it." He goes, "Yeah, but my God, don't they talk funny?" So he just couldn't believe it that people talk funny in Wales. But that's one of the famous memories I've got. Helping me as a kid, man. We used to go to the away games. My favourite one is Gunner Hull. And we got off the bus, and I'm getting all the kit off the bus. And I turns around to pick up the bags. And Kev has got all of them in two hands. All the bags of the kit. And he's just walking straight ahead. And there's me, just got this little box. And I'm walking in behind him like that. And he goes, "Oh," he says, "Oh, are you following Kit, man?" I went, "Yeah, I'm just following Kit, man." He was just getting all these bags on his back. And come on, I'm going in. And he just went in like that. And I said, "Cheers, Kev. Thanks." Like, he goes, "Oh, anything? No problem." And then he'd go off and watch the game. Come back and put the stuff back on the bus and things like that. But always did it. Amazing, amazing bloke. Very, very sadly missed. Very, very much missed by me and of quite a few Eagles. It'd be, mates, like I said earlier, it'd be wonderful to see what he makes of the Eagle Stadium now and things that goes with it. So God bless you, Kev. We miss you, my man. You take care of yourself. So that is episode 15 about old Big Kev. All right, that's one of my memories. All right, guys, thanks very much for all your wonderful things you've been saying about the program. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much for all the time. Thanks everything what you've been saying about the thing. But we'll look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Sheffield Eagles Memories. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.